Hello, George, Phat Ninja Foodforest. What's it take to make the world's greatest worm castings? I say that and I giggle a little bit, but we do make a wonderful worm casting. I've been told by others that look at it on our microscope. I look at it. And it takes a small operation like ours. We work on our half-acre food forest, collecting a diversity of these inputs. We take those inputs, we pile them high in our front yard here, all over the property, and get them up to temperature between 142 and 160, and we hold it there for 4 days to a week, and then we turn it. Then we turn it again. We turn it 3 to 5 times until that temperature starts dropping. This one next to it would be even a little bit less. Then we let it sit static for as long as possible. This is what I mean by static. It sits in here, not being touched. This will be our last pile. It sat in here for quite a while now. It sat outside. We moved it into the wormery. From here it'll be sifted and used for bedding. Then I take that bedding and use it with these breeder bins. These breeder bins stay in here for 3 weeks, laying eggs. So before those eggs hatch, I move it into this large bin. Here it sits another few months with all these worms. Once this bin fills all the way across, I'll harvest this from one end to the other and go back and forth, leaving the worms in there. So that's the long process of making the world's greatest worm compost, huh, Annie? By taking a diversity of inputs, making sure it goes through a hot thermophilic compost, stirring multiple times to get that inside temperature between 142 and 162, and held long enough to kill any of those disease pathogens and weed seeds. After those turnings, we let it set and go static, let those fungal spores and hyphae spread through it. And then we use that to feed the worms, putting it through the worm system. Another way to make sure that that weed seed and any disease pathogens have been taken care of. Hope that makes sense. Hope this works out. Change better than holiday. I'm George. This is Annie. Change better than holiday. Thanks, honey.